Hello guys, on this tutorial we're going to talk real quickly about saving your video. Now I know this seems like a really simple step, but there's a couple of things I really want you to think about as you're saving your video. So I've got a sample project down here that I am ready to save. I've edited it and I want to make it into a video file so that I can eventually turn it in. I'm going to go up here to the top and I'm going to click on share. Now there's a lot of different options. The option that we want you to do to save it so you can turn it in is file. So you're going to click on file and then it's going to put whatever you had as the project for your video that you're working on. It just automatically kind of puts that up here. It tells you that it is an iMovie. It puts it as a tag real quick there. It's a video and audio format. The resolution and the quality is high. It also tells you how long the video is. This video is 3 minutes and 25 seconds. And it also shows you an estimation of how much space it's going to take up when it is done saving. So I'm going to go next. And at this point now I'm going to save it with whatever title that I want. Now this is very important. This is the part that I really want to share with you guys. There's kind of a protocol that we would like you to use. So for example, my name is Mr. Langhorst, and let's say that I'm a student in 5th period, okay? So the first thing I want to do is I want to put a capital P, and I want to put a 5 down and a space. So that's going to signify that I am in period 5 for broadcasting. The second thing I'm going to put down is my last name. So I'm going to type Langhorst, and then you're going to have a description of whatever it is. So like this was a video of me showing some screening techniques for archaeology at Mount Vernon. So then after that, I have screening at Mount Vernon. This is really important because when you guys turn in stuff, sometimes you're working on kind of similar things. If everybody, for example, saves their video title as introduction video, then when you turn it in, we end up having like 50 of those. So this signifies what period you're in, your last name, and then after that, give us as much description as possible on your title. So again, try not just to put like intro, don't put feature down. If you're doing a feature on the football team, then after the period and after your last name, go ahead and put like feature on football. And you could even put 2015 if you want to. It doesn't matter how long the title is. It doesn't have to, we don't want it super long, but it's much easier to have a lot of description and be able to find it than just have a little thing. So if it doesn't have the P with whatever period you're at and your last name, don't be surprised if we turn it back and say, hey, you need to resave this or rename it before we can actually consider it. So once you have it titled, then it's going to say, where do you want to put it? So you can pull this window down. A lot of times what I do is I put it on my desktop. Sometimes my desktop gets a little bit crowded, but it's easy to always pull stuff from the desktop. You can move it into a file and stuff later if you want to. So my kind of place where I always save stuff is my desktop. And then once that's ready, you're going to hit save. Now, on the upper right-hand corner, you're going to see a little circle, and this is going to give you progress or show you progress as the video is saving. It's going to depend a little bit on how much you got going on your computer, how big the video file is, but this is eventually going to fill in. So notice that now it's just kind of starting to fill in like a clock. At this point, you don't want to do anything. You just want to let the video save. Again, it could take a couple minutes, so just let it work. But sometimes we have students at this point, like they X out of iMovie, and if you do that, then it's not really going to save correctly. I would just like you to make sure that it's completely filled in here. So I'm not going to wait the entire time. We'll kind of see how fast it goes here. But eventually this is going to fill in completely. And then once it's done, you're going to get a little box that shows up and it says that the video has been saved and it is complete, or the file is complete. So that's what you do when you want to save the video file. And then once you save it in this format, this is what you'll then turn in on Google Classroom, or if you need to put it on a flash drive and give it to somebody. But then your video is complete. So we don't want you to turn in the project, we want you to turn in the final video. Now the nice thing is, if we look at it and say, hey, you got something misspelled, or we want you to change something, then you just go back into the project, you change it, you resave it, and then when you have the new file that's all nice and fixed, then you can turn that in. So I'm not going to wait for this to complete all the way, because that would be super boring video, but this is going to eventually fill in. Once it's completely all filled in, then the video file is saved. All right, so that is saving a video file. Thanks.